gets struck by lightning, there's thunder.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quite so thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want it, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this. Freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus. Living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me.
What is good? What is going on? And what is cracking? I am Philly Foothills Fuego, and I am back in another episode of East Meets West. You know how we do it at the East Meets West. It's always bringing you the best, and we are so blessed to have you as a guest. Let's go. Welcome in, everybody, to episode 4 of season 2 of East Meets West with your boy here, Philly Foothills Fuego, holding it down for Eagles Nation out here on the West Coast, 24/7, 365, always bleeding green. Always rocking the East Meets West with my boy, with my brethren, with my brother from another mother, AK Eagles. We are so fired up to be with you guys tonight. Thank you guys so much. Give us a thumbs up. We really appreciate it. It helps push that content out there more and more out into the YouTube stratosphere. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for both channels. We're double live streaming tonight, live on both channels, right here in the Nest Out West and on AK Eagles as well. Always on the Hardcore Sports Network, baby. Yes, sir. We're fired up. Let's go. My boy AK, how we doing, brother?
Doing good, man. Doing good. How you doing, man? Long week of work, but we're here. It's the weekend and super pumped, super excited. About to get ready to go to Philly here on Monday and be there for our home opener against the Minnesota Vikings. So totally excited to get to do that.
Hell yeah. I'm excited for you, man. That's going to be your first Eagles game, right? Your very first official Eagles game is going to be a Monday nighter, the home opener. Wow. That doesn't get much bigger than that. It really doesn't. So that's awesome. I'm glad that you're going to be able to experience that. And enjoy every moment of it, man, because being in that stadium, being around all the fellow Eagles fans is something very, very special, let me tell you.
Yeah, no, man. I got to experience the last 2 years of going to open practices and just seeing the energy that we give there during those. That's nothing compared to what obviously real games are. But, dude, even the energy there at that time is amazing, because I believe this year we had I don't know, it was 20 or 30,000 there just alone for the open practice, which is insane.
That's right. That's what I heard. It is insane. That's for, like you said, for an open practice. That's pretty damn impressive. It shows you the loyalty and the strength of Eagles Nation, of this fan base. And man, you got a little taste of it. It's only going to be that much better at A Monday nighter, man, everyone's going to be fired up. Fired
Right.
up.
No, and listen, dude, it's the first night AJ Brown is in an Eagles jersey in Philadelphia, first time ever. There's a lot of firsts tomorrow night, so I'm very excited to see what they got Monday night, man. Truly.
And I know you're going to be rocking that new JD jersey you got, right? I know you're going to be rocking that.
Not yet. Don't have it.
Oh, you didn't get it yet? Oh, I thought you got it already.
Not yet.
No, but you got. I know you're going to be rocking another. You're going to be rocking something though. I know that.
I'll have my Deshaun Jackson.
There you go, D-Jax. That's perfect way to initiate yourself into the into the link. So yeah, you're gonna have a great time, man. You're gonna have a blast, and yeah, tell all the guys definitely that I wish I could be there because that's gonna be amazing game. It's gonna be a tough one, I think, but if we play our game right, I think we'll be okay.
What's going on, Miss Bird Gang? How you doing? Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you all for being here. We appreciate you guys in the chat.
No, I should be down there Monday. I'll probably get down there around noon or so.
Nice.
And then
get some tailgating in.
Hanging out with the Fourth and John, Gail and King and all them. So yeah, dude, it's gonna be a fun day. Go watch the game, first game ever, like you said, and then long drive home and back to work the next day.
Yeah, definitely. You're gonna have to pace yourself a little bit towards the end of the game, but you're gonna have a blast. You really will. You're gonna enjoy it, and hopefully we get a win. Hopefully we open up the season at home with a nice conference win, because the Vikings are gonna be a formidable opponent, not just for us on Monday night, but for any other team they face the rest of this year. As long as they stay healthy, the Vikings are going to be fighting for their division, definitely.
The only good thing we have going for us is Kirk Cousins in prime time is 2-9.
True. Very true. And it's going to be a hostile crowd. He's not going to be able to hear. He's not going to be able to audible like he wants to. So, yeah, let's hope our defense is able to get him uncomfortable early and making some mistakes. Whether that's some strip sacks or another interception, maybe another pick six. Hey, that's what a way for Bradbury to get his very first interception in the Philadelphia Eagles jersey as his very first pick six too. That's a sign to me that there's special things to come with not only him but this defense as a core. As a unit, there's some special things to come with this defense as long as we start getting some things patched up a little bit with the run defense and with. I seen a stat earlier on Twitter that we were giving an average of over 6 yards of cushion per play with our DBs. Hey, we got to play a little bit closer to the line. We can't be giving these, especially Justin Jefferson. He will eat us alive if we give him 6 yards of cushion every play. We got to have Slay's got to be up on him. He's got to be bumping him off the line, or Bradbury, whoever's covering him on a certain play. We got to get these receivers off of their spot and not be able to run such crisp routes against us.
Yeah, listen, man. I look back at last week and our defense against Detroit. I was not happy. I did not really like that we gave up 35 points to Detroit. Now, granted, Detroit has gotten a lot better. I'm not discrediting that one bit.
Right.
They really have. But still, with the talent that we have on defense, we should have not given up 35 points. Now, granted, I also am not one to hit the panic button. I look at that and I'm like, all right, it is week one. You look at a lot of things in week one, a lot of things were really different. Like whoever would have thought the 49ers would have lost to the Bears. Not even. I never would have chose that. Seriously, I don't think anyone would have. But it happened. Green Bay getting blown out by Minnesota. I knew that they would take a step back with losing Devontae Adams, but I didn't know it'd be that bad.
Or the Giants, squeaking out a win against the Tennessee Titans.
We didn't
even
see
though
that coming either. that was a hope and a prayer. I mean, that was just shit luck, honestly.
And, yeah,
But
giving some love to the hardcore Giants fans.
yeah, but in all honesty, did I know that was going to happen? No, but it was luck. So, but week 1 was crazy, man. So, I expect things to level out. I expect our run defense to be a lot better this weekend. I don't think that this team is built to make the same mistake twice. So,
Do you expect to, being that we could see it, we could see with our eyes, and then we later saw it in the numbers. There was a difference when Jordan Davis was on the field as far as our run defense. Do you think he's going to be? Do you think he's going to get more playing time this week?
I would hope so, man. I mean, we took him 13th overall for a reason,
right?
It's
one thing if you're easing Nakobe Dean into the linebacking position because we have so much depth at linebacker, but with Jordan Davis, I totally agree. We got to get him more in the mix.
I mean, dude, you look at the game last week. When he was in there, they were only getting 2.5 yards per carry. When he was out, they were getting 10 yards per carry. That is a huge difference, and that speaks volumes. He is effective. Even, I had this discussion before the season even started. I said I would start Jordan Davis, and I said, because here's the thing. Whether or not he's effective, yes, you put Fletcher Cox in. He's a veteran. He plays. He knows what to do. But it's more about him being in affects everything. And it affects everyone else's play, because you have to take account for Jordan Davis, whether he's doing the right things or the wrong things. He's just that big of a human being that you have to take account for it. You know what I mean? So when I look at that, he disrupted a lot of plays whenever he was in, and that's for the limited carries that they got, the 2.5 yards. So if he's affecting offensive lines, and he's doing it in a positive way, you play the kid, man. Well, what's it going to hurt?
Yeah, I mean, and I've heard some questioning about his conditioning, but I don't think that really is an issue at all. I think it was just a matter of he's a rookie and is kind of easing him into things, and we have two really good starting defensive tackles already. So, it's kind of a luxury that we have right now. Where we can just kind of ease guys in. But like you said, we picked him 13th overall for a reason. I definitely think his snap count definitely needs to go up this week, especially going against Dalvin Cook and company. So, yeah, we're gonna have to have our we're gonna have to bring our A game to beat Minnesota. I'm telling you right now, we're gonna have to play we can't play sloppy defense like we did against Detroit. They will take advantage of it a lot better than Detroit did. I'll tell you that right now.
And listen, I understand that they did a lot of things that were unexpected, like for instance, so on 3rd down, when it was like 3rd and 12 or whatever, they ran the ball and got a 1st down. On most situations like that, most teams are passing. So I understand them getting caught off guard in certain situations. Like, they did a good job mixing up the plays on offense and keeping us on our toes. Okay.
They did.
But you can still limit those big plays, and
you can, because a lot of our mistakes were missed tackles, right? And I chalk that up to a lack of playing time in the preseason. So, those things can definitely be cleaned up. And yeah, Gardner Johnson, he looks like a great addition, but yet he still missed, I think, at least 3 tackles, if not more, against the Detroit Lions. So things like that, and one of those was on a pretty big run, I believe. Yeah. I believe it was either Gardner Johnson. No, I think it was Bradbury that missed Swift on the big one early in the first quarter, but Gardner Johnson did miss a few tackles, and that's just, those are things that we definitely have to clean up. We have to be more efficient. We can't let guys break open field tackles. We just can't. We have to be sound in our tackling and make sure that we wrap them up and get them to the ground. You know?
Yeah. No, I agree with that, but we also need to be able to pressure the quarterback a lot quicker. You know, we got these guys in the off season for a reason, and they need to come out now and put pressure on Kirk Cousins. You can't let him sit in there and get comfortable. You know, you gotta. Hassan has to come out and rush this kid and, you know, keep him uneasy. You know, same with Davis, same with Cox, same with Hargrave, same with BG. You know, you got to disrupt him in the pocket. If you don't, it could be a very long day. You know, you gave up 144 rushing yards to Swift. Cook is a lot worse than Swift. So it could get ugly very fast. Like you have to make sure you contain them. You have to make sure that you do not let them run like that. And in my eyes, man, Jordan Davis is your best bet because at least you know with that kid being in there, he's not going up the middle.
Yeah, because you've seen it once they saw that they couldn't run up the middle in the Detroit games. They started running outside when Jordan Davis was in the game. They did that on the goal line. That's how they scored that one of their touchdowns. You know, Jordan Davis was in the middle. They just ran I think they ran, it was like a sweep to the outside or something like that. But it's a combination of things. You're dead right about Kirk Cousins. You cannot let him get comfortable. You cannot let this guy get in any kind of rhythm because if he does, he's going to look way, way better than he really, really is. He's going to take advantage of the weapons that he has on offense. Because everyone wants to talk and say, even Darius Slay came out and said today that he feels Justin Jefferson is the number 2 receiver in the NFL. But don't sleep on Adam Thielen and don't sleep on the other receivers that they have because they will eat you up too. So along with that pass rush, we have to have more aggressiveness with our corners on the outside, with our DBs. We have to get closer to the line with these guys because with that much cushion, it doesn't really matter how good your pass rush is. No one's going to get home. They're really not because with 6 yards of cushion, the quarterback's going to be able to get that ball out quick, hit a slant route, something like that, hit a quick out. You know, it's not that hard to pick that apart. So it's a combination of things, and I think that one will feed off of the other. If we get some more pressure on these DBs on the receivers on the outside with our DBs, it will definitely help our pass rush with the front four.
You know, and when I sit here and I think about it, in all honesty, Gannon is truly the one that scares me because when you look at the talent level, I'm not worried to a point. Like I'm comfortable. You know, I'm not worried, but I'm not ecstatic. I'm comfortable. You know, when you have Darius Slay that's going to match up against Justin Jefferson,
right?
Which I assume that's the way it's going to be, and it should be. Okay, yeah. And then you're going to have Bradbury against Thielen, and then Maddox against whoever. You know, I'm okay. I believe that's actually a pretty decent matchup. Slay versus Jefferson and Bradbury versus Thielen. I think that matches up well. That's why I say I'm comfortable. But that also depends on how well Gannon calls his game.
True.
You know, if you call this game bad, it doesn't matter how talented our corners are. One bad call, our corners could be toasted.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm comfortable with what we have, but am I comfortable with the guy calling the plays? No. Because you can make the best corner look bad just by making the wrong call.
Yeah, and if it's Jalen Rieger that Avonte Maddox is lined up against at times, then so be it. I think we'll be okay over there. I'm not too worried about Jalen Rieger getting any kind of revenge on us. He can try to play that card all he wants, but at the end of the day, he's still got to go out there and perform and at a high level. And we didn't see that in Philly. So unless he's able to flip some kind of switch in Minnesota and really turn things around for himself, I don't really see him being that much of a factor. I think you're right. I think we got to focus on the running back. We got to focus on Cook. We got to focus on Thielen and especially Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson went off against what I thought was a pretty damn good secondary in Green Bay. So Maybe they just kind of got caught off guard. Maybe they're rusty from not playing too much in the preseason. Maybe it's a combination of things. Who knows? Like we said earlier, it's always overreaction Monday after the first week, and I think we just got to kind of see how things play out a little bit more before we really know how things are going to shake out in this conference. What's going on, Mitch? Appreciate you checking in, buddy.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are live right now on both of our channels and on the Hardcore Sport channel. So please, if you haven't already, please go and visit each of one's links. Hit that like button on each one. That's the most important one. And if you are new and you haven't already, please subscribe to both channels. Yeah, really.
Do all that fancy stuff. Yeah. It's going to be, Sirianni should be able to, because the Vikings coach, this is his first year with his team, so Sirianni should have a leg up on that in that advantage, because for the fact that Sirianni should be a lot more comfortable with his players, a lot more comfortable with his play calling, with his offensive system, on the things like that. But yeah, I think you're right, man. I think the biggest concern for me is really our defensive coordinator at this point. It really is.
I just want him to pressure more, man.
Yeah.
Even if, all right, say you want to leave the blitzes out. Say you're just not that guy. You don't like sending your linebackers or whatever.
Right.
At least come up. That's the one thing I will give. Oh shoot, brain fart. Our past defensive coordinator with Doug.
Jim. Yeah, Jim Schwartz.
Jim Schwartz.
Yeah.
At least with Jim, yeah, he didn't blitz, but he developed pressure with the defensive line. They were always constantly pressuring. It's fine, don't blitz, but at least get pressure. And yes, you can say last week we did pressure Goff, but we only got to him one time.
That was on a fumbled snap. So
yeah,
and it wasn't. And we had zero sacks by ends. It was a Fletcher Cox sack. It was, I guess, I don't, maybe they gave BG half a sack, because they did get there at the same time. So it was pretty close. I don't know how they actually graded that, if they gave Fletcher Cox the whole sack or if they went half a sack for each of them. But yeah, we have to have more of a pass rush. We really do. It's very, very crucial for this game. It really is. I can't really express it anymore.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, dude, there was times when I look at last week defensively, I was like, wow, that was very, like, for instance, you brought it up earlier, the interception, the pick six. When you look at that was like, all right, there's that defense we talk about,
Yep.
And then you look at some other plays where we let go that 3rd and 12, and how many third downs we gave up that drive, and it's like, ooh, okay, well, there's the ugly part about our defense. And then they come out and make a really good stop, and it's like, all right, there they are. Like, I don't know, man. They're just all over the place. I need to see more of that consistency week in and week out with him,
Yeah, and that's what I was worried about, because from what I saw from his system last year, he definitely depends heavily on his front four getting pressure, and we really didn't add any besides adding Hassan Riddick, who is a pass rushing linebacker. We really didn't add any. We didn't draft a defensive end. We really didn't get any free agent defensive ends or anything like that. So, and then losing Derek Barnett, that hurts us too. As much as some of us don't like him, he's still a player on this team, and he's still one of the uppers, the upper talents on our defensive line as far as getting a pass rush. So
yeah. Well,
it's
and
tough
with
because
Gannon,
man, he just depends too much on the front four getting pressure. He just does, and I don't know. We got to find, like you said, other ways. to get home to the quarterback. If you're going to rely on the front four, then you got to run some stunts, something. You can't just go straight at the offensive lineman every time. You got to mix some things up. You got to make them think, make them work, and keep them on their toes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, man. Listen, he said he looked at the tape. He knows what they had to work on. So, I'm interested. I will be there live. I will be watching it. So, we'll be able to see if he corrects his mistakes or if he even tries.
Halftime, yeah, and halftime's exactly right. Riddick needs to be brought on pressure more. Screw dropping all these guys into coverage. It's not working. We need to find ways to, whether it's bringing a safety, bringing a corner, bringing a linebacker, bring one extra guy. If that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. We got, and Riddick is very, very good at getting after the quarterback. So we got to take advantage of our talent that we have. We really do.
Well, and that's the thing, with Derek Barnett going down, that's going to open some doors. Are they going to move Milton Williams out, to give him a couple extra reps, instead of just being a DT all the time because we're already deep there.
Right. Or does a guy like Teron Jackson get some more playing time? Maybe Teron Jackson gets some more playing time at the end spot, along with kind of rotate him with our other guys. Yeah, with BG. Yeah, with.
Or do they sit
Sweat.
there and they throw Riddick in there from time to time as well, on certain plays. So who knows? I'm interested to see what they do there. But the one thing and the most important thing is stopping the run. Like that, I am so tired of seeing offenses be able to run on us, dude. Yeah, we need to stop them.
Yeah, because that's going to be very important for us, because you've seen anybody who watched football last weekend. I think we see that Saquon's back. Saquon's back to fully healthy, and that's a scary thing as an Eagles fan, because we have to face him twice a year.
Yeah.
So we better shore up our run defense, or we're going to be in some trouble.
No, man, that's the thing. We actually face a lot of good halfbacks this year. A lot. So
we do.
It is
our schedule may be easy, but we do face some good running backs. You're right. So
it is not, if you can't. Yeah, our team can be really good, but if you can't
even say that.
The run,
right?
That's a bad thing.
I hate even saying that our schedule is easy, because every given year you never know what team is going to rise, what team is going to fall, what team is, you could, on paper, yeah, it may look like an easy, quote unquote, easy schedule, but yeah, it's never, any given Sunday, it's never easy. It really isn't. It's you're playing against other professionals. You're playing at the highest level.
Okay, hold up. I don't mean to be a dick here, bro, but I mean it, in a way, I mean, listen, let's be fair here. If you are Chicago, you did not go into this offseason and this OTAs and come out being like, we're going to the Super Bowl. Like,
Right.
Like, there are certain teams out there that just know there's no way in hell that we can even be a part of that conversation. So right. I get what you're saying, but there is that fine line where it's like you just know, like, they just suck.
There is, but not. I mean, this early in the season, you're still evaluating every team. But sure. I know I get what you're saying. There definitely is the teams where they're definitely, the talent level is not nearly as high as some other teams, and you've seen it. You've seen it on the first game with the defending champs against Buffalo. Buffalo came out and smacked them. I mean, they should have put up a 50 burger on them if they would have played right in the first half. They got it right in the second, and they opened up the can of worms on them. But you've seen it. You with losing OBJ, that hurt, and losing Von Miller, that also hurt in more ways than one, because he
looked dirty, dude.
Yeah, Vaughn still got it, dude, and he could be, if he wins the championship with Buffalo, he could be one of the only ones that win one with 3 different teams, which would be pretty special.
You know, I gave them both a lot of shit after that game because of the interceptions that were thrown and the bad play.
Sloppy
But
play.
there's one other one I got to point out. How the hell do you go out and get a better offensive line and still throw 4 interceptions, Joe Burrow? Like, I'm sorry, man. I love what the Bengals have done. I love Joe Burrow. I think he's going to be an excellent quarterback. He definitely, probably, more than likely will win a Super Bowl in his time. Guarantee it. But, dude, you went out and got better than what you were last year, and you gave up 7 sacks, and he got intercepted 4 times?
Yeah, it was bad.
Like, that was ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
I felt so bad for Joe. I really did. I was like, my God.
Yeah, I think it's one of those kind of, I think you could kind of chalk it up to, well, at least I hope for him and for the Bengals that it was one of those kind of fluke games. I don't think he's not nearly as bad as he looked. Yeah. I think Joe's got that. He's got that it factor. So they'll get some things right. They probably just, it's probably just of another, it's, with the lack of playing in preseason, the first week is almost like the last preseason game. It's guys are getting the kinks out, they're getting the rust out. They have to get things, get certain things ironed out, just like we do. It's it wasn't pretty, but unfortunately,
well, and that's why I said week 1 was so crazy. So when I look at our defense and stuff, it's so hard, man, to just truly sit here and be like, do we worry? Because when you look at everything else that has, perspired throughout the week, it's I get it because it is retro Gannon from last year. But is it like, well, they technically haven't played together yet. This is their first game playing together. Yes, they've had preseason, but they all haven't been out there at one time. And then CJ only had 10 days,
right.
to adjust. So I don't know, dude.
But man, I'm loving that duo of Gardner Johnson and Epps. I will take that. I'm liking the way that's looking right now. Definitely, I think our back end is going to be the one of the stronger parts of our defense. And if I'm Gannon, I'm using my younger depth to keep my starters fresh. So I'm getting Jordan Davis in the mix more, and I'm getting Nakobe Dean in the mix more, because that way come down to the end of the game, TJ Edwards won't be gassed. He'll have some more juice in the tank. He'll be ready to go come the fourth quarter, and just utilize this talent that we have, because you get Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean on the field, you're going to be just fine. I guarantee you.
Yeah, no, man. Listen, first and foremost, taken away from last week's game, Marcus Epps, dude, hands down. That dude is.
That's my dude right there. I'm telling you, I've been saying Epps, dude. People were questioning about him. No,
I've been saying that shit all off season, dude. This kid is going to be the shining star of this defense, dude. That hit he put on was it Reynolds or St. Brown or whoever the heck it was out there on that screen pass?
Yeah.
Wow, dude, he just planted him. That was beautiful. Like, he was always hitting people. He even though the Williams got the touchdown on that, whenever he got popped, dude, that was Epps that hit him. Epps just didn't finish it, but he hit him. And I mean, he hit him pretty good. Like, this kid, he has, I think he has 8 tackles in the first game. Like, it's just crazy, dude. He's everywhere. So, yeah, man, I have all faith in Epps. I think him and CJ is going to make a fabulous duo back there.
Yeah, I think so too, because on that screen pass that you mentioned, he did exactly what he was supposed to do.
Yeah,
he cleaned it up for Slay. Slay missed it. Slay got in there. He almost made the tackle for a loss, but then Epps was right there to clean it up. And to, like you said, he drove him into the ground. Absolutely love that kid, because that's what you wanted. That's what we've been saying. That's what you want in your starting safety. You want somebody who flies around, who is a ball hawk, and who does not shy away from contact. Who actually he thrives off of contact.
Yes.
That's the kind of guy we want, and who's going to do nothing but blossom in the city of Philadelphia with the Eagles. I'm so happy for this kid. I just can't wait to see him get back. We haven't even seen his ceiling, you guys. Telling you, Marcus Epps is going to be a starting safety for the Philadelphia Eagles for years to come.
And he's such a hard worker too, dude.
Yeah, works his ass off.
He makes sure he knows his X's and O's, that he needs to be in the right place at the right time. Like he's kind of like the Jalen Hurts of the defense, so to speak. Like he does all his studying and playbook. He just throws himself into his playbook and learns everything. So
yeah, and when we need CJ to come, say if Maddox is winded, if we need him to come down and play in the slot, he can do that too, because that's what he did mostly last year in New Orleans. So we have a lot of depth with our DBs and our linebackers and our and defensive line for the most part. Yeah, we're a little thin at defensive end now with the loss of Derek Barnett, but hopefully we're able to move forward with what we got. Maybe bring somebody up from the practice squad too.
Yeah. No, man. There's. I'm even keel on this game. I know realistically that it could go south very fast. But I also know that with our talent, we have enough to keep up with them and challenge them.
Absolutely, because we have a quarterback that has a nose for keeping the chains moving.
Yes.
He knows where he's got to get to on third down, whether it's finding one of his receivers or whether it's doing it with his legs. We seen that on Sunday against the Lions. He was our primary rushing threat. He really was. And then Sanders did his thing too. I was glad to see him get in the end zone finally.
Right.
It was great to get that out of the way first game. I mean, that's a good chip to get off of his shoulder, and for him to break that run at the end, that was awesome to see, because Miles he's definitely been going, he's had some adversity in his career with injuries, with inconsistent play, things like that. So to see him have success and to see him just being so excited for his team and things like that, it was really, really nice to see. It really was.
Yeah, this week, my main thing that I want to see is I want to see Jalen Hurts definitely spread the ball a little more. Get Smith involved, get Goddard a little more involved, Watkins, Pascal, whoever,
Right.
But I get what he did last week. I mean, listen, I was watching that game. We all were. AJ Brown was toasting that corner. Time. I mean, listen, if it's there, take it. I'm not picky. It is what it is. But
yeah, that corner thought he was having a stroke because he smelled burnt toast.
Dude, he was just murdering that guy.
Yeah, he was.
I gotta say though, when you have a weapon like Smith, you have to use it. When you have a weapon like Goddard, you have to use it. But
right,
I get it. Like I said, I'm not picky. I'm not biased. It got us the win, 155 yards. Congrats to AJ. Most in an Eagle debut. Congrats to him.
Right.
But this week, listen, Minnesota doesn't play the same. Jalen. Yes,
well, they're going to be.
What's that?
I was going to say they're going to be probably double teaming AJ. So let's get Devontae going early. Let's get Devontae Smith a catch going early, and get him his confidence going, and things like that. So maybe Goddard might be open early as well. Yeah, they're definitely going to be covering AJ Brown as best they can. If they have to double team him, they're going to make Hurts go somewhere else.
Plus, I don't think Minnesota's going to send the house as much as Detroit did. It always seemed like Detroit was just sending one more extra person that we could block every time.
Yeah.
I don't think Minnesota is going to be as aggressive. So it could possibly, now granted they can still get pressure, but it's something we can at least withstand and give Jalen time in the pocket. So maybe we'll be able to limit Jalen's rushing this week and see a little more of his arm. But definitely, though, he's going to have his rushes for sure. You know,
Oh
there's
yeah.
going to be times he's going to have to run and get away from pressure. We all know that. But yeah,
And if they and if they spy him, then that means Miles Sanders or whoever's out coming out of the backfield or Dallas Goddard will be open over the middle. So I
yeah,
mean, Jalen Hurts knows how to decipher. He's getting better at deciphering defenses. You've seen him audible multiple times
yeah.
against the defense, and more times than not, it turned out to be a good play, a good audible. So I'm getting more confidence in him and his ability to command this offense and to lead us on long drives down the field and things like that, because he knows how to get it done. He does, and he's just a true competitor. He really is. He's another
And
guy that just works so hard.
you know what's scary about it, dude? He's only 23,
I know. He's only 23 years old,
still learning.
and exactly, he is still growing. He's still progressing. This is, you guys, Eagles fans that I'm sure most of you out there, the four in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you so much. But we just a reminder, this is his first year, his first back-to-back years in the same offense with the same head coach in the same offensive system. So that's since high school, y'all. That's big. That's hard for quarterbacks to switch and to try to learn a system and to be, productive in that system, kind of on the fly. And we're seeing it now that Jalen is getting more comfortable in this offense, and Detroit has their defense is not that bad. Everybody, I mean, yeah, we scored 38 points on them, but they shut us out in the first quarter, so they're not that bad. They're really not, and we were very lucky to hold them off at the end there.
So Namar wants to know. He's like, guys, what's your score prediction on Giants and Panthers?
Oh, is it okay? Is it in New York or is it in Carolina? That I don't know.
I want to say.
Let me look at the schedule.
I think it's in New York, dude. I think.
NFL Week 2. It is. Let's see. Week 2.
Might be in.
It is in New. No, it's in New York. You're right. It's Carolina at New York.
Okay.
So what are you thinking, AK? I'm gonna say New York is gonna win, and they're gonna win on the back of Saquon Barkley. He's gonna have over 150 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. I say the Giants win 24-17.
Yeah, no, listen, man, I can agree with that. If Saquon comes out and has another game like he did last week, I can see you guys definitely.
They'll control the clock. Yeah.
But that's if he does that. I think he can. But like I said, that's who knows, dude. I hate this. I really do. I hate this because in all honesty, man, you guys can do it. Like I said, you could possibly be 2-0. I said it last week. You guys, if you did it right, you could beat Tennessee, and you did.
I mean, Carolina couldn't even beat Cleveland with
I know
a backup quarterback.
I know. I know. But in all honesty, it shouldn't be that way though, because they do have CMC, they do have DJ Moore. They have weapons. Their defense isn't that bad. It's just, I don't know, man.
What are you thinking?
Okay, I'm going to say that you guys win by 24-23.
Okay. Hey, a dub's a dub.
Yeah. That's hard, dude. That is really hard.
It'll probably be a close game because if both running backs do their thing, both
Yeah.
offenses should be able to sustain drives. Baker Mayfield's still going to be settling into that offense. Daniel Jones is Daniel Jones. No offense, Giants fans.
Yeah.
But Danny Pesos, that's what I call him. He's he only gets 15 pesos to the dollar. But it's really like 23 or something like that.
Oh.
But okay, so AK, give me your score prediction for our game, and then I'll give you mine.
28-24 Philadelphia.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's exact numbers I was going to use too. And I was going to say that our defense holds on the last drive. Minnesota's driving, but Kirk Cousins throws an interception, and we're able to run out the clock after getting the ball back. So,
Yeah.
28-24. I think that's what we're going to go with.
Yeah. I'm comfortable.
That's funny. I swear that's what I was going to say. And I can't change it because that's what I was going to say. I can't change it.
Think alike. Okay.
Right?
Texas Eagle said had to dip for a bit. Have we all talked about the safety play? We're gonna need help over the top with Jefferson. Yeah, no, man. We talked about Epps. Got high hopes for him. And in all honesty, I believe you'll have Slay, and they'll probably shadow Slay with. Well, I don't know if they'll use Epps or if they'll use CJ, but whichever one, they'll use one of them. But I'm sure they'll shadow a safety over top just to make sure, But no, I was very surprised on how bad Jefferson made Green Bay's defense look. I don't think Gannon will let that happen. Unfortunately, no matter how bad our defense looks, we're not known to give up big plays. So, yeah.
Let's just hope that the pass rush gets a little bit better because, like we said earlier, if we're relying on the front four, we can't be giving these receivers, 5 or 6 yards of cushion. We have to be bumping them off their routes, and we have to have help over the top, like Texas Eagle said. And I'm sure that whether it's Gardner Johnson or whether it's Epps, Slay or Bradbury will have help over the top with Jefferson. I'm sure they're going to move Jefferson around to try to find a formidable matchup for them. A one that works in their favor. So it's going to be up to not only Gannon, but it's going to be up to the captains of this defense to, if we get punched in the mouth early, kind of like we did in Detroit, to not really hit the panic button too early, to try to, keep things together and to let our offense do their thing, and as long as our defense plays to a level, I mean, like I said earlier, we're going to have to play to a pretty high level to beat Minnesota, especially if they come out like they did against Green Bay. We really are. I know they were fired up because that was a division game, first week of the year, things like that. So, maybe this is kind of a trap game for them. Let's hope. But I don't want to look at it like that because that makes it sound like we're not to their level. That they should beat us, because I don't think it's not a gimme game for either one of these teams. It really isn't. It's going to be a tough battle, and if we win in the trenches, if we let our offensive linemen attack off the ball early on and we get our running game established, I think we'll be fine. I really do. We'll be able to control the clock, keep their offense off the field, especially Justin Jefferson and Dalvin Cook, and just put up some points and let our defense go from there.
Yeah, no, that's probably the most important thing. Controlling the clock, using our run game, and keeping our offense out there, because the more we're out there, the less they are. But
and we know that Kirk Cousins can't run, so let's get after him. Let's get him uncomfortable. Let's make him come out of the pocket, and let's get him on the ground and get him dirty and get him bruised up, battered up early, and just off of his mark. And you do that, and I guarantee you, the Kirk Cousins, what do you want to call it? S in the bed on the primetime games will continue.
Yeah, no, man. And Blue asked, he's like, how do you guys feel about Justin Jefferson saying that he's happy that he's playing for Minnesota and not playing for Philly? Listen, man, I hope.
Of course he's going to say that. Of course he's going to say
that. I would hope that Gotti doesn't come out and say, I wish I was playing for Philly while he's playing for Minnesota.
Right?
That would really look bad on him. I mean, that's like Smith saying he wants to play for Minnesota when he plays for Philly. That's a bad thing. You don't say that.
Right. That'd be like Rieger saying, "Oh, I wish I was still in Philadelphia. I hate being here in Minnesota now. This sucks. I wish I was still getting booed in Philadelphia."
You get paid to say that shit,
right? Yeah, it's like what? It's like that's kind of like a duh answer, right? What really do you expect them to say to that? No, it's too cold here. I wish it was warmer. I wish I was playing in Miami with Tua. What do you want him to say? I wish I was out in the Trey area with Lance.
Not after
sunny
that,
California.
Not after that implosion. I bet you he doesn't want to be.
Yeah.
I mean, damn, dude, it only took one game and they're already calling for Jimmy G.
Oh yeah, I mean, you've seen that. That was a tough game because he's never played in rain like that, and
no one's ever played in rain like that. That field was bad, dude.
It was bad. Guys were slipping around all over the place, falling around, getting hurt. It's just like. But it was.
I saw that Justin Fields belly slide. Dude, the water was just like it looked like he was at a water park, dude.
Oh yeah,
it was terrible.
It was coming down in sheets in Chicago. Yeah. It was. Yeah, it was pretty nasty. But in that played right to their advantage, and the fact that Elijah Mitchell, the starting running back for the 49ers, got hurt early on. Yeah. That hurt them tremendously, and Chicago was able to take advantage. They didn't have to score that many points to beat them. It showed.
That was a crazy game.
Yeah. There was some crazy games week one. There really was.
So halftime has Eagles winning 23-21. Yeah. No, I don't think it's going to be a blowout, dude. I really don't. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be like I said, 28-24. It's not going to be high scoring. It's not going to be low scoring. It's going to be exciting, right where you want it to be,
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll be entertaining, and it'll be if we can get it, it'll be a very, very good conference win for us. It really will.
Namar, you're asking Eagle fans this question about your team.
Do you guys think Kenny Golladay gets
listen, I don't think you can bench a guy you pay $72 million to.
No.
I mean,
not unless he did something, not unless he was to punch out a coach or something like that, or another teammate or something bad. He'd have to do something very, very drastic to get benched. They're gonna, like AK said, they have too much money invested in him, and until he's no longer a Giant, if he's healthy, he's gonna be out there on the field. Period. It's kind of like the whole AB thing, that was like with the Bucks. They were like, well, if you're healthy, you should be out there playing. He was trying to say he wasn't. They thought they thought differently. It's kind of like the same thing. And they're paying you all that money. The Galladay's making more than AB was making. So you damn sure that the Giants are gonna, if he's able to suit up, he's gonna be out there.
He better do something because his ass will be traded by next year if he keeps it up. Yeah. Which is probably going to happen anyway because there's no way in hell he's even came close to living up to that contract.
And, he probably, more than likely, he's probably not thrilled with the quarterback situation in New York. And he probably wants to go play with a better quarterback.
We'll see what happens.
Sorry, Giants fans.
But no, dude, listen, I think we can all come to the agreement that none of us are really technically worried about our offense going into this week. I mean, nothing has nothing has gotten to the point last week to where I saw that I was like, I'm worried about moving the football. You know
Right.
what I mean? Everything seemed to go well. Yeah, we had a couple drives where we stalled out, but every team has that. You know what I mean? But for the most part, we moved it at will. You know, defensively though, that's a different story. So I think my only worry this week is just defense, and I wouldn't even say it's the players on our defense. It is the coach who coaches our defense.
Yeah, it's the system that he has these guys lining up in. It's definitely that's what concerns me the most too, because you know, like I said earlier, and I can't say this enough. We give these receivers from Minnesota, and you could put Rieger in there too. You give him 5 or 6 yards of cushion, he's gonna get open, and Kirk Cousins will find him, and they will get first downs. They will move the ball down the field, and you can, as long as Dalvin Cook stays healthy, you can you can count on him to be getting his touches. And we're gonna have to be balanced on defense. We really are. We're gonna have a good balance of stopping the run early. I think they're gonna try to establish the run early, and then feed off of that with the passing game.
I mean, listen, man, you don't think they looked at last week and they went in there with, grinding their teeth? Like they know what they want to do. They know coming in that they want to give Dalvin Cook the ball. They saw what Swift did. They're not dumb. But the key is, though, you know what they want to do. Now just don't let them do that. But that it's easier said than done.
It is. It is. We sit here and we talk about it like it is easier than
Yeah.
like you just said. Than done. But yeah, these with the talent level that we have on defense, with the mixture of veteran leadership experience that we have, there really isn't any excuses for Jonathan Gannon.
No.
If we can't, if we get blown out on Monday night, you're going to hear a lot of Eagles fans that are going to be calling for a change, sooner than later, because we have to take advantage of this window that we have with the talent level that we have. We should be getting so much more production on the defensive side of the ball. And I know it's only 1 week, so we'll see. We could come out and we could look like aces on defense Monday night. Kirk Cousins could really test the bet. He could throw 2 or 3 picks, and we have, a couple of defensive scores, something like that. But you just never know. But hopefully that's what happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully don't look like we did on defense last week. Like you said, I'm not worried about the offense. It's definitely more the concern is the defensive side of the ball at this point.
Yeah. No, I agree, man. I do.
Yeah.
And for the last question here before we wrap this up, Blue City said, "Who's the worst defensive coordinator for the Eagles, Jim Schwartz or Jonathan Gannon?"
Oh,
In my opinion, though,
well,
it's too soon to throw Jonathan Gannon into that category. Now the only reason I say that is I actually respect Jim Schwartz. I know a lot of people had a hard time with him, but he did win a Super Bowl, so obviously he wasn't that bad. But I really would rather have his scheme right now over JG's, because at least with Jonathan, or at least with Jim Schwartz's defensive scheme, you knew you got pressure. Yes, there was things that pissed me off about it, but at least we got pressure. But I mean, Gannon could possibly still turn it around. So
yeah, but
but as
Jim
far
Schwartz
as what
is
he's
Jim
done,
Schwartz is the only defensive coordinator to get us a ring, right? So, I mean, we have to go with, as far as who's worse to this point, definitely Jonathan Gannon by far. Jim Schwartz got us the hardware. So, and that's what matters at the end of the day. And yeah, I definitely have way more respect for Jim Schwartz as of now than Jonathan Gannon.
Let me put it this way. I would rather have Jim Schwartz's defense right now than JG's.
Yeah. I think he'd be able to get more out of this defense and as far as our talent level than Jonathan Gannon has to this point. So I'd agree with that.
But he could change my mind. Like I said, who knows? Maybe the football gods bless him someday and change him here over the next few weeks, and he becomes this outstanding defensive coordinator, and we never
Let's
even
hope
have
so.
to speak of this again. So
Right. Let's
I don't
hope
know.
so.
But
Right. But hey, guys, we appreciate you being here. Definitely. Thank you all in the chat tonight. You guys were great. You know, the atmosphere is always wonderful in the East meets West. You guys
Yes.
bring the good questions, the good information, and we really appreciate each and every one of you for that. Because, like I always say, you guys, each and every one of you guys are the food and the water to the content, and without you, it does not continue to survive. So, if you're feeling the vibe, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe to not only the Nest Out West, but also AK Eagles, the AK Eagles podcast, and also the Hardcore Sports Network, baby. We're always bringing you great sports content and keeping it hardcore. So, AK, you want to let them know before we get out of here?
yeah, appreciate each and every one of you who stopped in tonight, hung out with us, talked in the chat. Thank you so much. If you are new to the channel, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe. On the way to 1K. My boy's on the way to 2K. So appreciate all the views, all the love, all the support. Go hit that like button on the Hardcore Sports channel as well. That network over there, our network that we are growing, is doing a really good job. So, yeah, appreciate everyone and all the love and support over there as well, and all the content creators who have agreed to be a part of it. Thank you. And, yeah, man, our game's coming up in 2 days. Super excited. We are back and ready to play. I think we have a couple streams tomorrow. I think.
Okay. Nice.
Hardcore Sports Network. I'm not
Check
sure.
those out, you guys.
Not sure on that. Not 100% sure, but I think we do. So definitely stay tuned for that. And yeah, flag was fly. Appreciate each and every one. Thank you.
Absolutely.